in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He was on some show yesterday, and I wanted to puke. Yeah, he was on Richard Bay, as a matter of fact.
You know, I'll tell you what, you'll learn a lot from listening to him.
No, not at all. He's awful. He's terrible.
Let me say this.
He makes Bob Grant seem like God on a good day.
Let me say this.
Oh.
I was visiting Florida 3.5-4 years ago when Bob Lasseter was on his way to Chicago, and he had a very good show here.
Right.
But now in Florida, all the talk show hosts, all they use is foul language. Everybody's an asshole.
Right. Well, that's true,
though. We never hear that
That's
from
true, though, isn't
WWTB.
it? Well, no, it's because they lie a lot and because they talk to old people like you we don't want to talk to. Do you understand? We're not interested in old assholes like you. We're interested in only like living and breathing assholes. You idiot. We have an open line in Broward, 524. See, that I feel better now because although he is still listening, though, and even calling us, although he would like to be back in Philadelphia, I think we can take up a collection for your bus ticket, okay? You can go pick up garbage off the streets up there because God only knows they sure got plenty of it. It's 12 minutes after 1 on the IOD network. Chuck Alfieri is doing it, man. When he first came on this show about 2 years ago, I said to Steve Paris, our sales hole, I said, I don't know if we can really do a job for this guy. I'm just not sure we can do this, sell the Chuck Alfieri hair system. And then Chuck came in, and he showed me his, and I showed him mine. And then he showed me the pictures, and a lot of very well-known people, by the way, who've used the Chuck Alfieri system for years. Nobody knew it because it looks so great. Nobody knows that it's not their own hair. But it looks natural. It matches your own real natural hair in color and texture and the whole deal. And you feel younger and better, and it just improves your life, okay? So instead of going for some stupid mousy wig, or instead of spray painting your head, which is just one whale of a good idea, check out Chuck Alfieri's hair for the 90s. And now Chuck is open in Broward at 4390 North Federal Highway, Suite 203, and of course in Dade at 1441 Brickell Avenue in Miami. And during the month of March, you got less than a week to go. Stop by either location, register to win a free hair for the 90s system from Chuck. No purchase necessary. The drawing is going to be held next Wednesday. We will let you know the result. In addition, to celebrate the grand opening, register to win a trip for two to the fabulous Crystal Palace in the Bahamas. No purchase necessary.
I don't have a bone spot.
But if you do, call Chuck Alfieri. In Dade, it's 375-0808. 375-0808. In Broward, it's 928-1755. It's guaranteed, man. You're going to love it. You're going to feel it. Hair for the 90s from Chuck Alfieri.
Right here.
WIOD.
O'Neill, my queen. God.
I was on a business trip in the middle of... And I pulled into a diner with a... So I could call the boys back at the... But first I decided to get something that... I ordered the... But frankly, it was a little underdone. After a couple of minutes, I started to... And I had to make a... Straight for the... I proceeded to... My guts out. And when I came back out, I felt so bad that I decided to... My doctor. So I... Over to the... Picked up the... And called the...
AT&T
operator. I gave her my doctor's number, and she told me I'd have to deposit big... So I told her I was out of change and that this was a medical... Well, she just... Oh, and then she... On me. After I got out of the hospital, I canceled my...
AT&T
card, bought a big... And went down to the phone company to... Her brains out. Look, I may be... But nobody's gonna make a... out of me.
That is great radio.
Okay, 117. I've just been handed something that makes me wonder what life is all about. Movie Line magazine. And on the front cover is a picture. In fact, Suds brought it in. When I told him who it was, he looked up to the calendar on the wall, which is like an old calendar, but we still have it up there. Just because he's from Miramar and we have a soft place in our hearts for him. Our very own Johnny Depp. But in Movie Line, whatever, I never saw this magazine before. Is this something new? Whatever it is, it's like Entertainment Magazine, another one of these flash things. And he's got like hair like a woman. I mean, how else would you describe it? He's got like long hair, but like, I don't know what to say about it. And it says next to it, Johnny Depp, and the quote I just absolutely am astonished by. He says, "It's not really my goal to become that Tom Cruise thing." Do you know what that Tom Cruise thing is? Well, I think some of us do. But anyway, he's always been that kind of like androgynous thing, Johnny Depp, you know? See, because he's really too pretty to be a guy and too butch to be a woman. With that tattoo, anyway. So I don't think he's made up his mind yet. I think he's like leaving his options open and hopefully nothing else. Here's Paul Harvey Jr.
Did Johnny Depp ever sleep at your house?
No, but he was on Zeta. Do you remember? For 4 hours one morning. Did he ever sleep at my house?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because he slept at our house.
For what?
Him and my brother used to play guitar together.
Your brother, by the way, is an asshole.
Isn't he?
I had to dump him last time he called. He said shot on the air. He did.
Well,
or something worse. I don't remember what it was, but I had to dump it.
Well,
what an idiot.
But yeah, Johnny did sleep over the house one night. He had nowhere to stay, and him and my brother were hanging out.
Oh, you mean before he became a movie star?
Exactly, when he was playing with the Kids, a band called the Kids.
And how did you know him?
Well, we knew him from, we used to go down, it was the old Agora Ballroom, which is now, which was Button South. I don't know if it is now, but
it was the Butt South?
The Button South.
I know, in Fort Lauderdale, right.
No, the one down in Pembroke Pines or in Hallandale. Off at 95.
Well, wait a minute. Well, the Button on the beach was the Button in Fort Lauderdale.
Right, and there was the Button South. And they used to play almost either my brother's band or his band used to play there every Friday and Saturday night, and they'd all hang out together and play together, you know.
Well, like I said, your brother can call us anytime.
Hold on, I got a blob in my pants, and I think it's getting flaccider. Listen, about this pizza show, you know what it reminds me of?
You know, you and your brother, I think, have got a lot in common. That was right on the edge.
The pizza show. You want to know what it reminds me of?
What is that?
What friend of ours, mutual friend of ours, has the worst taste in music and food?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, not him. Well, I had the cart there. The worst taste in music and food.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, you know the answer.
No, I don't. Oh, Stan.
Yes.
No, you said mutual friend. You're in a dream world, man. You're in a dream, and he's in a dream world too.
Do you remember?
Have you ever tried to listen to that station? Have you ever heard it?
I can't pick it up.
No.
How bad is it?
Radio mumbling. It makes WWCN in Fort Myers seem like WABC back in the glory days. That's how bad radio mumbling is.
Do you remember the spaghetti show?
Yeah, but that's a problem. Spaghetti is not, an INZ. I remember that very well.
And you remember there was one dish that came
from... spaghetti doesn't hold up. Right. Oh, yeah, I do remember that, and he thought it was the greatest. Oh,
yes.
He does. He has the crappiest taste, you're right, of anybody I've known in my life. I mean, what he knows about food, you could stick in Thumbelina's earlobe.
It was the worst.
Yeah,
right. That show was excellent.
It was excellent, but the problem is you shouldn't do it, and we talked about this at the time. It's very tough to do spaghetti because it's rubbery, and unless they're preparing it in the building, which we didn't really have...
Table or something. It gets real...
Good.
No!
Good.
Dang.
Well, yeah. No, I can't put that on the air. You know something? I'm telling you, there must have been something go on with Johnny Depp in that house that he didn't tell us about. I had to dump his brother last time, and now I had to dump him this time. You can't say that. Are you out of your mind? I mean, the first one was like right on the edge. Okay, I'm not going to lose the license for you. If I'm going to do it, it'll be for something a lot funnier than that. I'll tell you that. Maniac. Jeez, and he slept with Johnny Depp, and we were just getting ready to hear about it, and now I had to blow him away there. So anyway, speaking of getting blown away, those Tampa numbers should be coming in any minute. They're going to be weak again. It's going to be the same. The trends are the same there every month. It's going to be the same every month. And, of course, the blob...
You got it, baby.
...will be showing up this time for the very first time.
You got it.
But, again, how much impact could anybody have if they brought, Jesus in sandals on there in the morning and didn't tell anybody about it? And, it's going to take a long time. Blob, you're right on target, baby. You're right on top of things. It's going to take a very long time. We should all live so long. But, hey, we're not too promotion-minded, and we're proud of it. We're just cheap. 123 on the censored IOD network. I'd like to have you pick up the phone and call Great American Inc. That's INK, out in Hollywood, and they'd be more than happy to send you their free brochure. You're going to just do headstands and flip-flops over it because you're going to be able to see the great animation art that they have available for you. And if you've ever wondered about how they made movies like Snow White or Bambi, or they got all the characters, cartoon characters from the pen to the screen, the answer is with this animation art. The original drawings and hand-painted cells used in the production of your favorite classic animated movies and cartoons is what they're peddling to you right now. And these are, like I said, one of the hottest collectibles ever. Each piece of artwork is not only rare, but it's like one of a kind. I mean, it's unique, which is what makes it really something special. And when you look at this brochure, you're going to agree with me that it's something that everybody into collectibles is going to want to get in on. And Great American Ink presents it the way it should be presented, beautiful, matted, and framed, man. So when in doubt, check it out. Call them for their free brochure right now. No song and a dance, no anything else. They'll be happy to send it out to you. Call 1-800-447-6490. That's Great American Ink. 1-800-447-6490.
WIOD! Your department scientists say they have made a major stride toward developing an allergy-free rubber.
127 at WIOD. This Johnny Depp article is much more depressing than the cover of the magazine would indicate. I mean, the story is cleverly titled, Johnny Depp Lets Down His Hair. Oh, here's Pompano. Hello. Hello. Going once, going twice, up yours. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, let's take you back a couple hours when you were talking about he didn't get out of the cock-a-doodle car.
Yeah.
They are called chapter plays.
Chapter plays. Oh! Now we're talking. How come it took like 2.5 hours before somebody called in to tell me the answer to that? Today must be slowness day. They are so slow.
Well, I had to call around. I live with somebody who's a misery maniac.
Yeah.
And knows all the lines. And
I know a lot of people who are into misery. Like my mother, she's big into misery, like inflicting it.
No, well, this person is just into knowing all the lines, so I called her up real quick and said, hey, what are those called? And she said, chapter plays, so I thought it was so important.
Well,
just needed to know
thank God.
that.
And there was another interesting line when she was listening to her favorite music.
I'll be seeing you in everything that's light and gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't get that in New York.
Well, anybody who's into Liberace obviously has got a serious problem to begin with.
You got that. Anyway, Neil, that's all I had for
Thanks
you.
a pile. You relieved my mind.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Took a heavy load off all of our minds. The chapter plays and serials. And what was the third one? There was a third expression. Cliffhangers. Now, I never heard anybody call them cliffhangers. Serials. We used to call them serials. Although Rocket Man was one of my favorites. We used to go to the little Cameo Theater there in Rochester, New York. And every Saturday, and those were like 15 minutes long, weren't they? Or were they like, they weren't very long. They were short. You don't remember? Well, why not, George? Just because you're only 6 years old? Punk. So this Johnny Depp thing is just, when you see the pictures inside, you're gonna wonder. You're going to wonder what the hell life is all about. And I don't want to get into another one of these things because I talk about it far too much, and I'm sure the audience protests vehemently and is disgusted by it, even though they probably feel exactly the same way, but they're afraid to admit it. Why is it that people who could look... See, that bothers me because most of us are born without much, believe me. But who can look really great, and it seems like they go out of their way to look ugly. You know people like that? I bet you that everybody who's listening to me now knows people, men and women, of all ages, who are very, very attractive physically people, but they do things that make them look ugly. Like wearing those stupid John Lennon glasses, for example. Oh, I mean, you see, for boy Gary, that's perfect because he's a dodo, so it fits him. He looks like a dork, and he is. But, I mean, for people who really, and you think to yourself, geez, if I looked like that, if I had any chance to look human, I wouldn't go out of my way to look like a geek. And here's Johnny Depp. I mean, here are these two different pictures on page. Here's page 31, where he looks like God in Heat, and on the other page, he's sitting there with this ridiculous pinstripe suit on, with his hair. He looks like Alex. Remember Alex the board op? That's what he looks like on a bad day. I'm serious. With this hair, with this woman's hair. And one of the things in the article, the sub-headline says, so you're in a bar and you go to the bathroom to take a pee, right? He's asking during the interview. And I'm sure what he's talking about is the fact that he looks like a woman now with the long hair. And I can imagine everybody in there starts screaming and yelling. And then especially when he steps up to, well, here's Orlando. Hello.
Hey, that lady got my chapter plays answer.
Wasn't that something?
But you know what Johnny Depp's doing next, don't you? Have you heard this?
No.
He's doing another Tim Burton-directed film, The Life of Ed Wood.
Ed Wood?
Who did Plan 9 from Outer Space and the cross-dressing Glenn or Glenda movie.
Oh, no.
So Johnny Depp is going to star as Ed Wood.
Oh, no. Wood Ed?
Woody?
I think he would.
It's a Woody, I think.
And there's a
Woody not.
there's a picture in here. He looks like Jesus. I mean, one thing about Johnny Depp, every picture he looks like somebody different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, did you like Edward Scissorhands?
Oh, I hated it.
Oh, really?
It was grotesque.
I thought it was okay,
why would you
but
like that?
I just didn't like it as much as...
And he didn't like it either because it took him months to heal up after that thing.
After all the cuts, eh?
Right.
Hey, what was just thinking about the chapter plays? You remember back when PBS was good and they had like a Saturday morning thing where it was just like going to the movies back then. They'd show the 15-minute serials, a cartoon, and then like a feature, and there was a Saturday at the matinee or something like that, and I can't remember the title. Did you used to watch that or no?
No, never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
No.
All right, hey, I'm the Spencer guy that got you the Santa Barbara tape.
Oh, listen, thanks. And what we're going to have to do is send you the, you want the thing, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I heard that
on
part.
Cassette, because there are a couple of them that we can't distribute, or they're going to start up with us all over again.
That's
so George will put it on cassette.
And I do some extra stuff on there that I do with high school kids here, video films I do with them. Clean.
Really? Oh, clean stuff. Oh,
yeah,
thank
sorry.
God.
On this
Jeez.
tape,
Oh,
anyway.
that's all I need.
So have fun with those, and we'll be in touch again soon, guys.
Okay, thanks a lot, Spencer.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Matinee at the Bijou.
Matinee at the Bijou, what is the name of the movie?
No, that's what he was talking about on PBS.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. What's the name of the movie that he's in with where he plays Ed Wood? Huh? I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't even know who Ed Wood is. See, I'm not into all this crap. But, and then he talks about breastfeeding. He's not going to be doing that, is he? Huh? He's going to be breastfeeding? Here's a lady in Davie. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
That's good. I wanted to ask if you ever got Playgirl and saw the picture of, what's his name? Jagger.
Jagger. No, I never did get it.
No?
No, I thought by now somebody would have sent it over here.
Oh, too bad.
Why
Have you seen him on General Hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just fine.
Yeah, isn't he?
Just
he
fine.
Really is.
Yeah, he really is. So I guess, did you hear the thing I read earlier about the interview with him about how he never went to the prom because he was into other things?
No.
Although he didn't tell us what the other things were, but, you know.
Yeah, no, I just turned on the radio. So.
Maybe he was dancing with wolves.
Could be.
Or with Wolf Blitzer, one or the other.
Could be. Are you still off meat or?
Yes.
Yeah, really. Oh,
this is almost the end of March, so it's like it's 3.5 months now. And I've cheated maybe 3 times in 3.5. That's not bad, is it?
No, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm doing well. And if I'd stop eating all this candy, I'd be doing even better.
And you feel good?
I feel great.
Yeah.
Or anything I can.
Because I was also going to say, I was going to ask if you ever went to a chiropractor.
No. My brother was a chiropractor. He used to be Dolly Parton's chiropractor, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Really?
In L.A.,
Really had his hands full with that.
So I know what that's all about.
Yeah.
So, now what about Johnny Depp?
What about him?
Well, you must have some opinions.
Well, I didn't like Edward Scissorhands either.
No.
I thought that was
the only movie that I ever saw that he was in that was good, and he didn't have much of a part in it, was The First Nightmare on Elm Street. Remember that?
That's really not my kind of movie, no.
Huh?
I don't think I saw that one.
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh. And he was like, the main girl there, he was the boyfriend living across the street.
Yeah.
And they kept trying to stay awake before Freddy Krueger came and got him in the dream.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't do it. He couldn't, and he was like naked in the whole movie, and then all of a sudden he got sucked into the bed.
Yeah. Oh. Well, maybe I'll check that out from the video store.
Yeah, it's something that's worthwhile.
Well, I have another call, Neil.
Okay, have a great day. Boy, that's bad when they start blowing you off. That's bad. No, it really is. No, I've heard that on some shows where they're so desperate for calls, the caller will say, well, I got to let you go now. That's bad. It really is. And that is nasty, too, when their call waiting goes off. And well, I got another call. It's like, it's not that you're not important, but it might be business or something, and screw you, that kind of thing. I can take a hint. So let me ask you, George, where are the numbers already? They must be really bad again, huh? They must be really... It's getting old. I mean, month after month after month, and then Opie will put out a big memo and say, well, it's 9 months now. I mean, you could have had a baby in this time, and they're like up to about a 1.5, and they're not going anywhere, and Tom Velvetti's got to be having like measles after the chicken pox, and just, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it over there. Every time we do something, which has only been twice, we it's record-breaking, like the thing at the Clearwater Mall was phenomenal. I mean, beyond belief. Thing at Peaches Saturday was sensational. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better turnout or a better went off very smoothly, and the appearance as well. But I just don't know. It's hard to figure that thing unless, like I said, maybe it's fixed. 136 on the IOD network. Investors, I want you to open up your ears right now And listen to what Curlin Securities suggests to you. They recommend investing with safety and income in mind through tax-free municipal bonds to make those hard-earned dollars grow. Today, while they last, Curlin is offering a Florida State General obligation bond. You invest $48,000, earn $2,500 a year tax-free. These bonds have an annual yield of 8.27% for those of you in the 36% tax bracket. If it sounds like it might be pretty good, it is. So call Curlin right now. They'll send you upon request their booklet, Your Guide to the Positive Approach in Tax-Free Municipal Bonds. Call 1-800-899-9400 and ask for their free booklet on tax-free municipal bonds. Curlin also offers a full menu of investment opportunities, bonds subject to availability, early call features, and market conditions. Tax status differs upon location. Curlin Securities, members NASD and SIPC. Call them right now, toll free at 1-800-899-9400. WIOD. 20 till 2 at WIOD. Rumor has it, reason we don't have the SUN numbers yet from the trends, is that Velveeta pulled up to the studios at SUN, but
he didn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car!
Oh! So how are we going to get him? I guess it must be really extra bad this time, huh? Now, how much has the Blob got a beat in the morning? I think they had a 0.5 in the last trend in 25 to 54. How can you go lower than a 0.5? Is it possible? I think it might be. I think we might not have bottomed out yet. You have to bottom out before you can start, zooming up to the top again, right? I don't think we're going to get him, to be honest with you. Now, what do you want?
I think we need a ruling on that dump, by the way.
No, we don't need... I'm the one that makes the rulings, okay? And in your case, there was no ruling necessary last time. This is Paul Harvey Jr., by the way, like the Gatsa Mishpacha is calling in now, because they all had a dream that they slept with Johnny Depp or something.
That's blown out of proportion.
What do you mean?
That whole Johnny Depp thing.
Well, so what's the real story? He did not sleep at your house?
Who's told you this? You might. Oh, okay.
Are you listening to the show?
I just turned it on a little while ago because I got.
And you didn't hear your brother call that I had a dump?
I missed it.
Then what inspired you to call now?
I got a call from a couple of people that I work with saying that I needed to tune in.
Your brother said that Johnny Depp, when he was in the band, what was the name of the Kids? Yeah. That you guys knew him, and that he used to hang out at the Button South in Hallandale, and that his band played with your something, and that he slept at your house because he had nowhere to stay one night. Because I remember he did live in his car once upon a time.
Yeah, that's true with Sal.
Yeah. And did he stay at your house?
Oh man.
No.
I don't remember this.
So in other words, your brother made this up.
I don't remember this.
Or he had a dream.
We used to play together. It wasn't the Button South though. It was the Agora Ballroom at the time.
Well, that's what he said. That used to be. He got that part of it right.
Yeah.
We don't care about what the name of it was. Inquiring minds want to know. Just, I had Johnny Depp on a show on Zeta for 3.5 hours. He sat like 2 feet away.
That's correct.
With his leather jacket on, having just left Greg Allman in a drug-induced stupor in Tampa or somewhere. It's true. That's a true story.
Well, what do you want to know? I don't have a whole lot of information. He's a good kid.
I asked you, you seem very defensive about it. He is a good kid. Even though he's got this long hair now and can't make up his mind which sex he wants to be. But he stayed at your house.
We
He did, so in other words, he did not stay at your house.
No,
See,
I'm
not trying to be like Perry Mason here and give you the third degree. But why would your brother, being such I think that Rich Pachter is right. I think your brother needs psychiatric help. Makes up stories about how Johnny Depp sacked out of your house and you guys all took a shower together and dropped the soap or something.
Well, the shower part's true.
Oh, okay.
But anyway.
Yeah.
No, he's we used to, after that club closed at 4, we used to go over to the Treehouse, which closed at 6.
The Treehouse?
The Treehouse. It was over on Dixie.
Well, what is that? Another sleazebag bar?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We also used to play there.
What does that have to do with whether Johnny Depp stayed at your house?
Well, we would get in at 6, 7 in the morning. We'd get out of there and.
Well, wait a minute.
He came
wait a minute. They've been faxing numbers for over a half hour now. What number are they faxing them to, and why don't we have them yet? They've been faxing numbers for a half an hour. We don't have anything yet. Whose fax machine are they faxing them to? We just want the fax, man. They're not faxing them to Boy Gary, are they? We want, all right, as soon as you and I get done, I'm going to go scouring the building and find out which fax machine these damn numbers are in. I've only got a few minutes left here, and I'm not leaving here until I find out just how crappy these numbers are. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I think.
It's okay.
I asked you a simple question, okay?
No.
I don't want you to feel like you're on the witness stand being cross-examined by F. Lee Bailey.
With the little lights.
Or Jerry Bailey or Jack Bailey from Vernon Downs. I just want you to answer the goddamn question, sir.
No.
He stayed over at your house not?
No, he didn't.
But your brother wishes that he did?
No, well, we got there real early in the morning, but he didn't.
Well, your brother's got
over.
a very attractive wife. Maybe he confused Johnny with the hair. Maybe he thought it was his... Huh?
It could be.
Yeah.
No, we just got there real early in the morning, but he didn't stay over.
Didn't stay over.
Yeah, do you see the problem there? So we get there like, 6:30 or 7.
Yeah, and he came in for like a couple of aspirin and a piece of bread to soak up the booze, and then he went home.
Yeah,
or he went out into his car and slept in his car because he lived in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're there.
Now we're getting warmer.
You're getting warmer.
And so is he.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I don't know what his thing is, and far be it from me to, but he just is all over the place. I mean, one minute he's a guy, and the next minute he's like got the long hair, and he thinks he's in. I don't know what his story is. Oh, here's all these numbers from Halcyon. Gotta go. See ya. Well, thank you so much. Boy, I bet you they're really crappy. What's this other fax here on the bottom? Now, what is this? Boy, this is like thousands of, it's still coming in? Oh, my God. Look at this number for WQYK. Did I tell you about that market? If they keep going up, everybody else might as well shut off the air over there. What did I tell you about nose pickers? WQYK has got like a 15.4 share in men. Oh, this is men, 18 plus. And this is 6 a.m. to midnight. WSUN went from a 2.3 to a 2.2. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. That's in men. Men 18 plus in the morning. FLA's got an 8.9. And WSUN Lassiter from a 1.2 to a 2.2. Oh! What a silly name for a dog. Look at that. Lassiter in 1 month made an impact in the morning. So it's only Lassiter they must be listening to. From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., we went down in this time period from a 2.9 to a 2.7 in men. So Lassiter is the story over there. We're just sucking wind. 3 to 7 p.m., FLA in men's got a 7.7. We got a 1.8. Went way down, Rick and Sud. See, I don't believe this. This is bogus. How could Lassiter go up and everybody else go down? He's the worst thing that ever happened to us over there, that damn fat Lassiter. Boy. 7 to midnight, the goddess. Now, if she didn't go up, something's fixed here. Men 18 plus, 7 to midnight. FLA's got a 7.7. That's down a little from the last trend. SUN from a 3.0 to a 1.8. From a 3.0 to a 1.8. Oh, boy. This is just depressing as hell. I'm going to blow my brains out. 6 to 10 a.m., persons 25 to 54. Look at this. What is this? 6 to 10 a.m., 25 to 54. Lassiter goes from a 0.5 to a 1.4. Oh! Ooh. In fact, but everybody else went down. I'm sure of it. I haven't even seen it yet. You can bet on it. QIK, I mean, they got like everybody in the market listens to that. Midday, FLA 25 to 54 went down from a 6.3 to a 5.7, but I bet you we went down. Yeah, from a 1.6 to a 1.4. Oh! Our audience is vanishing over there. So I think it's all Lassiter all day. That's the new format over there. Oh, boy, are we dying on the vine or what? Well, it's been fun. Afternoon drive. FLA at 25 to 54 also dropping like a rock from a 6.5 down to a 5.2. But WSUN from a 1.7 to a 1.3. Oh, man, we're falling off the edge of the map over there. They hate us like poison. You know something? I think that there were more people at the Clearwater Mall than they have allegedly listened. Oh, and at night, 7 to midnight, 25 to 54, from a 2.2 to a 0.6. Oh! 0.6? What kind of a number is that? Oh, man. This is so bogus. I've never seen numbers like the market over there. It's just invisible. Persons 18 plus. What is persons 18 plus? I never heard of such. What kind of a demographic is that? It's always like persons 12 plus. Whoever. Oh, here we go. 12 plus. Well, how much can we have 12 plus? Nothing. 6 a.m. to midnight, 12 plus, WQIK, FM, your country nose picking, put your finger in your 14 share. A 14 share. FLA went from a 7.3 to a 6.8. This is the whole day. And WSUN went from mediocre to a 1.5 to a 1.5. They stayed the same. However, in the morning, WFLA has got a 8.1. That's down. And the Blob, I don't know where the hell the Blob is. It says more pay. That's the end of the thing. It just ends there. And there's more stuff coming, she said. I don't think we want to see it. So we had not just a weak trend over there, but a disastrous trend except for the Blob. So the Blob is going up and we're going down. Oh! It's the old up and down. So you know what I say? Let them worry about it. That's what I say. Huh? What?
Just saw Gilbert come in the front door.
Gilbert came in the front door? For what? Gilbert came in the front door. Oh, no. We've already got enough bad news. It's 149 on the IOD network. LoJack is affordable and it really works. And the reason that it works is because the auto thief doesn't know it's there. The LoJack transmitter is strategically hidden in the bowels of your vehicle. And if your car, your truck, your van is stolen, all you do is call the police. They match your vehicle ID number with the computer. And they all they do is like turn a little switch in that computer and it activates that silent but deadly signal coming from that LoJack transmitter buried and hidden in your car. So in just a matter of no time at all, like the average recovery time actually is less than 2 hours, they have your vehicle back in one piece while it's still worth getting back. So quit messing around and wasting thousands of dollars on noisy, hysterical alarm systems that nobody pays any attention to. And that 1-800-53-LoJack. That's 1-800 from Atlanta. Then you scream and you yell. Then you get some action. You don't monkey around with the middle guys.
Right.
You go right to the top. You go right to the sister's house. You knock the damn door down. You scream. You holler, and they give you a check for $10 million and kick your ass out. That's the way to do it. Right?
Right.
Right. Don't monkey around with middlemen.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Listen.
I'm listening. Cockaloon.
Have a great year.
Same to you, Donald.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
151, it's the Cockamoon, a.k.a. Thanks for calling, lady. WQAM fires Berliner. I guess we didn't get deeply into that story, not enough for Barry Jackson's... this Barry Jackson at the Herald. What are we going to do with him, huh? You ever see him and Luca Brasi together, by the way? Fort Lauderdale.
Scott Norwood.
Yeah?
That's all I got to say to Buffalo fans.
Okay.
Scott.
Remember Scott Norwood. Bring him back alive. Steve Christie says, I'll pass. Let's go to... and of course, we could have gotten into that in deeply because I didn't even mention yesterday about the fact, but everybody knows it already, about Frank Reich and the Maryland comeback against the very notorious Hurricanes in that bowl game. What was it, 3, 4, 5 years ago? When Miami was leading 31-0 or something like that at halftime, and Maryland came back as great underdogs and won a game like 42-34, I think. Something like that. I think Miami got 3 points in the second half, and Maryland got 42. So he did the same thing in a college game, and they had mentioned that in the Houston-Buffalo game the other day when it was 35-3. Little did they know at the time. It was just like when I said about the cable. Little did I know at the time that only in a couple of seconds it would come flashing back on. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Okay.
I just got back from Vegas on vacation.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Damn it. Here's a man who had a great time.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I fell in love the first time I saw you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And it's because I like your big fat ass.
Great. Okay, 153. And was that Hank? Oh, my God. I can't believe Hank never told me when he was here. I guess now that there's a safe distance. Here is a mobile implantation.
Neil.
Yeah.
How did you like Frank Reich's first comments after that wonderful comeback?
Didn't see it.
Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, no. Are you serial?
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, no. Not another one of these guys. Not another Gary Carter. Oh,
the guy
no.
stood there. He said, what do you have to say? I said, well, first of all, I want to thank Jesus.
Are you serial?
I swear to God, and you know, Marv Levy is like over there jumping up in the air, and
no, God.
Yeah.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Thanks for the warning.
So long.
Okay, go Pittsburgh. By the way, those Buffalo people are feeling really cocky today and getting all excited and pumped up. I hate to break the news to you, but Bubba Brister is not going to be playing in that game on Sunday. It's Neil O'Donnell is going to be back starting like a real quarterback for Pittsburgh, who are going to be serious and get down to business and brass tacks. So don't count your chicken wings before they hatch. Oh, here he is, Mr. Desperado himself, Mr. Duda. with one of his beautiful 2 new shirts on. No, I wouldn't think so. Not that piece of crap. God, looks like Kmart tossed that out in the reject pile. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
Hey, I got a story for you.
Okay.
I went to Houston. I was there in Houston. I came back the day before yesterday.
Yes.
And you remember that Buffalo-Houston game?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I was there, right? And I was going for, Houston because I wanted the Dolphins to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, in the second quarter...
Wait a minute. You were where?
In Houston.
What do you mean you were in Houston? The game was in... Oh, you're talking about the first game.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I got you.
Okay, and then in the second quarter, they start playing that that Dolphin song they play down here?
That's the Houston song. We stole it from them.
We stole it from them?
Right.
Oh, man. Well, anyway, I'm talking
No, see,
crap.
the story is the guy originally wrote it for Houston, and he tried to peddle them the thing, and they didn't like it. And so the Dolphins bought the melody or whatever the damn thing is, Miami Dolphin, and we used it. And then they decided, well, it's not so bad after all. So they decided to adopt it too. So now they have it back. But
well, I acted like an asshole because they started singing, and I said to my friend, "Well, that's a Dolphin song." And then this fat guy in back of me started cursing at me, saying, "No, it's a Houston
song." Yeah, but you should know that nobody would steal that song. Oh God!
For Christ's sake, I only had one eye.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen.
Yeah.
Anyway, I call his wife a dolphin.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I feel this cold thing down my spine.
Yeah, it was a mackerel, huh?
Yeah, right? He had thrown beer all over me. So when I turn around ready to punch him, security comes up.
Yeah.
And guess who they take away?
You.
That's right.
Well, I guess you won't do that again, will you?
Huh? No.
Not anytime soon. That'll teach you to open up a big fat mouth in Houston, man.
I'm telling you. Hey,
right.
I got tickets to the Dolphin game.
All right. See you Sunday, pal.
All right, bud.
And don't do it again.
I won't.
We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control.
I wonder why Marino was throwing so bad in that last game.
For Christ's sake, I only had one eye.
Oh, okay. South Miami, hello.
Happy New Year, Neil.
Boy, they are having a wild scene here on Santa Barbara, man. This guy is beating the crap out of this broad and attacking her, and what is going on here?
Well, my kid
rape? Is this a rape? And now Rafe just walked in to break up the rape, and he just plunked out his glass eye. He must mean business now. He walked in there and said,
For Christ's sake, I only had one eye.
Yeah.
A couple things, Neil.
Yes? What the hell are we talking about?
You didn't miss anything on Richard Bay today. It was a discussion of the pardon and parole system.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
What the hell is his story? He must also know that it's the beginning of the new year and that everybody is like, a whole other... he's not going to waste any good stuff.
The other thing is, I had a little radio accident the other day. I was flipping around the dial and was listening to WINZ.
That is an accident.
And they've instituted something new since Elaine Uttor's been there.
Yeah. What is their slogan now? We have a nose for news?
No, they in the back, when they're reading the news, they have the clackety-clack of the teletype.
Oh, they brought that back, huh? Oh, God. That was always the biggest joke when I was over there, was that teletype thing.
Of course.
Oh, here's Cheryl is finally back from the Sheraton Bal Harbor Hotel and that big corporate brainwashing seminar we had today. The big indoctrination of the 10 Hot 105 people who are still left with a collective IQ of 105. Yes?
And, basically, they've got the teletype, but nobody uses it anymore. It's all this, electronic printer.
I will say one thing. While you were away, Cheryl, we sure got the engineering department straightened out. She's not listening to me. See, now, Suds is sitting in there. Suds was involved in that meeting we just had with Boy Gary for like 30 seconds at 1 o'clock. How many people do we have in a control room right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 people jammed in there. Are we having another meeting? So anyway, what were you saying?
I'd like to call Doug a douchebag and return my calls.
That's what I thought. Have a great year, man.
Bye.
See ya. Well, God, what the hell is there left to say except...
For Christ's sake, I only had one eye.
I'm just obsessed with that. I don't know what there is about that. And why doesn't somebody... Is there anybody on the line who watches Santa Barbara? Probably not. We only got a minute left. Do you think we can do it? I want to know... What? Get out of here with your... Yeah, go Steelers. I agree on Sunday, Alex. It is Sunday, isn't it? Steelers and the Bills? Is it Sunday? Whatever the hell it is. Beat the crap out of Buffalo. Is it Sunday? Saturday. Oh, that's good. Then we don't have to have all that pressure. Because we got our game as the late game Sunday afternoon. Is there anybody out there? Is there a lady? Is there anything alive that watches Santa Barbara? We'll have to examine this tomorrow. Like in Broward. There must be. 524-9463. We've got to know if that's a glass eye. Come on. I don't see anything happening. Do you watch it?
Hello.
You watch it? You watch it?
No, I don't.
You watch it? How about you? Do you watch it?
No, I don't.
You watch it? You watch it? How about you? Do you watch it? Do you watch it? Do you watch it? Hello?
Hello?
You watch it? Do you watch it? Are you watching it?
He's keeping an eye out.
This is South Florida's news, traffic, and weather station. News Talk Radio 610, WIOD, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and the Palm Beaches.
For Christ's sake, I only had one eye.
Good afternoon. I'm Tom Hopkins in the 610 WIOD News Center. The temperature at 2 o'clock, 73 degrees. From the Weather Center, Bob Soper.
Don't look for much sunbathing weather today and tomorrow. Complete forecast coming up.
This news is sponsored by Virgin Atlantic Airways.
Here's a little thing from Rich Pachter, and it's from a class, radio's very first PD school. And Rich says, please pass it along to whomever you think needs it, okay? Give this to boy Gary, would you? Yeah, go ahead, give it to him. It certainly couldn't hurt. 1254 WIOD. Here's Tampa. Hello, buenas to you.
Buenas to you. How you doing, Neil?
Pretty good.
Congratulations on going to Fort Chuck Myers.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah. Is Soupy Sales still in that market? I'm serious. Wasn't he in there just a couple of months ago?
Soupy Sales?
Yes.
In Fort Myers?
Yeah, I saw it in, Parade magazine.
Get out of here. Soupy Sales isn't in Fort Myers.
He said his career was booming in Fort Myers.
Yeah, could be.
They told that to, Walter Keener.
Because it sure isn't on WNBC anymore, I know that.
Oh, years ago.
No, not that many years ago.
But, I thought that was true, that he was in Fort Myers, so. That's too bad. And what great company.
Soupy Sales in Fort Myers?
I'm serious.
I know that Jack Wheeler went to Fort Myers at the end of his multicolored career after KDK in Pittsburgh all those years. I guess that's when people who are really... Maybe Joey's on his way to Fort Myers. Oh, we can only pray.
Oh, well,
Maybe I can kind of open the way. I can, kind of lead the pathway for Joey to work his way over into Fort Myers. Maybe he can go over to Oink.
Well, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm out of material.
Okay.
Call somebody a douchebag.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. My friend Will is a hot dog eating douchebag.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya. We have an open line on our Tampa and Fort Myers line starting Monday. Boy, I tell you, a lot of you folks in Clearwater and Tampa and all those other important places are going to really... What is that? What is it? Positioning your radio... I'm looking at this thing that I just opened up from Rich Pachter, PD Grad School. And inside it's got all these different little courses that are being taught. Positioning your radio station, presenter Randy Michaels of Critical Mass Media and J-Corps and Dirty Trickster, well known. Learn the secrets of positioning and marketing your radio station from the guy whose Power Pig destroyed Tampa's #1 station in a single book.
That is great radio.
Right. How to spot opportunities in crowded markets like Publix and Winn-Dixie. How to take advantage of competition's weaknesses like sounding like crap on the ear like FLA. How to exploit your station's strengths. How to position your station effectively. Positioning statements smart and dumb. What makes your station someone's favorite. The 5 stages of product adoption. When and how to launch a direct offensive attack. When and how to launch a flanking attack. This guy is like, he thinks he's Norman Schwarzkopf of radio, this asshole. Randy Michaels' successes are legendary, from the Power Pig to WLW Cincinnati, an AM station that has taken from number 9 to number 1 in both 12 plus and 25 to 34 for 34 consecutive rating trends. Michaels is COO of J-Corps and CEO of Critical Mass Media, a broadcast company specializing in market research, strategic marketing, telemarketing, mental weaponry, and dirty tricks and obnoxious, disgusting, underhanded garbage for all formats, with special emphasis on foreground news talk AM stations. Randy Michaels of Critical Mass Media and J-Corps, my ass. I got news for you, Randy. If WFLA was on in any other, in like any real market, of any size, like more than 100 people, you guys couldn't you couldn't buy a .1 to save your ass, okay? Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Neil.
How do you like that?
Thanks for checking back with me.
We're checking in with you.
Okay. Am I on just before the break? Because
you got lots of time. Don't get panicky. You have tons of time.
Well,
Time's
because
up.
I wanted to... You know that Mindy from Miramar that wrote in the editorial?
How could I forget that lovely letter about this? It's a black cloud over our godless, grotesque Bill Clinton-led country.
She's unimportant. Did you see the other letter in that same letters to the editor, the Buffalo fan, terrorized?
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed that. I thought it was
you read
great.
all that?
Yeah, some poor bitch from Cheektowaga who was all upset because they were playing grab ass with her and they were this. She ought to kiss the ground anybody even looked at that bitch.
If you can find that, it would be fun for people
and
to
then
hear.
Then there was a grotesque homophobic letter to the editor that they put in there this morning. I guess the Sun Sentinel, either they're making him up to try to be provocative, which is unusual for them, or they're just letting Gene Cryer pick out all the letters that, go along with his philosophy.
Well, it's nothing new. It makes great reading.
Yeah.
But the...
you know something? That's exactly every morning I have a little ritual, and I read most of the paper out in, in my living room, and then I take the front section and on the throne, and I read the editorial page, and I'm telling you, man, if they would do that in Hallandale and Tamarack, they'd have no more hopeless days.
Does it help?
Every day they'd be as regular as all get out.
No, Joan Kopinski from Cheektowaga, is that how you say?
Cheektowaga.
However the hell. She was spat at, terrorized.
Yeah.
The first part she said she was, they were fondling her or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I heard that she was shot on, too. I don't know if that's true or not.
But, the Great Santini, you like that movie?
That was a great movie.
It was excellent. I thought it was, I don't know much about the South in the 50s, but it seemed they portrayed a good picture of
Robert
what it probably
Duvall
was
was
like.
great, and Michael O'Keefe was great, and Blythe Danner, is that her name?
Yeah.
Played the wife, she was great.
Patrick Swayze was in that.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not.
He played the...
Oh, he played that idiot
played
asshole.
the redneck kid who shot Tuma.
And he ought to go back and play it again. Have a great day. Gotta go. South Florida's news traffic. 610 WIOD presents the Neil Rogers Show.
People are... To get in touch and talk with Neil, dial 751 WIOD today. In Broward, it's 524 WIOD. Outside the 305 area code, toll free 1-800-944-WIOD. And Bell South Mobility customers make a free call by dialing star IOD. The opinions expressed by the guests, hosts, or callers are not necessarily those of this station. Now, here's Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio, 610 WIOD.
This is the Neil Rogers 1 to 2 hour. You got a problem with that? Snap ahead. Oh, young man, running up and down courts. I'm a young man, wearing really tight shorts. There's no sweating when they jump through the air and they don't have on underwear. Hey, NBA, it's time again for some play NBA. Can't wait to watch them all play NBA. They're big and they're tall, gonna watch them play ball. I'm so happy that it's football. It's time again for some play NBA. Can't wait to watch them all play NBA. They're big and they're tall, gonna watch them play ball. I'm so happy that it's football. It's time again.
Okay, it's 107. We have a new total for Camilla's house. We've reached another little thing there. 54,102. We're creeping up there, man. We're getting there. Dawson of Boca, thanks for sending me these old used National Hockey League insignias. These are like those little stick on a refrigerator magnet things. Here's the Maple Leafs and the Flames, the old Atlanta Flames, the St. Louis Blues. The only problem is these are so old they don't stick to anything. So they're basically useless, and that's why he got rid of them and put them in an envelope, and thanks so much. Also, Patrick Swayze was in that movie, and to show you how well my brain works sometimes, the character he played, his name was Pettis. That was his last name. Ah, Pettis, shut up. You make me sick. That's what the boss man said when he was taunting Toomer. Remember that? Toomer had... The honey. Toomer used to have that mule. Don't you remember that? That's like that horse Jeff Gregory had in the last race at Pompano last night, Mule Maker, and he ran like one. I didn't bet him. I bet on Dave Ingraham and still lost. But anyway, Toomer had the honey in the little wagon. And Pettis came along, and they were taunting him, and he kept taking the jars of honey and picking them up and dropping them on the ground. and they'd break, and Toomer looked at the man and said, that's $6. No, well, now it's $4. No, now it's only $2. Ah, forget it, Toomer. Let it alone. Pettis, you make me sick. That could have been filmed in Lutz, that movie, you know it? I bet it was. Because I think I've seen Pettis, a lot of Pettises in Lutz, Lutz. Also, speaking of something like that, you know who Larry King had on last night? It was coming back from Pompano, I was listening. He had on Paul Peterson from the Donna Reed show. Anybody remember Paul Peterson? And Larry sounded like he and Paul were pretty tight.
Yeah, I had him a long time ago in Miami.
But, no, seriously, do you remember Paul Peterson from the Donna Reed show? And he had that record, that big hit in about 1961 or 2, My Dad. And then that other stupid thing, She Couldn't Find Her Keys. Was that Paul Peterson or Ray Peterson? She Couldn't Find Her Keys? I think it was Paul Peterson. But his big hit was My Dad. And he sounded the same. He probably looks like crap, but he sounded exactly the same. Paul Peterson.
Yeah, I had him a long time ago in Miami.
South Miami. Hello.
What's up, Neil?
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. Hey, do you know who wrote the book, Great Santini? The Great Santini?
Well, do you know the first name of the movie before they changed it?
What was that?
The Ace.
Really?
Originally, it was a bomb in the movie theaters, and it was called The Ace. And then they re-released it on video, and it became like a cult video, video store hit on videotape.
And do you know what author wrote that book?
Well, I'm trying to change the subject because I know that one thing, and you didn't know that, so now we're even because I have no idea.
Okay. Well, see, I didn't realize I'd have time to read that book while I waited to talk to you.
Sure.
This is my first call. I didn't know you had to wait.
That's part of our new deal, that we have 7,000 phone lines so you can do some good reading.
Because you always say that the people from Tampa are a bunch of douchebags, a bunch of nose pickers, and then I got to wait for like 4 of them to talk to you in front of me.
Yeah, but it's a novelty with them, and starting Monday, they won't be able to get through anyway because Fort Myers will be calling, and they're like intellectuals compared to Tampa.
That's cool.
So,
hey, we got a question here.
Well, wait a minute. Who was the author?
Oh, Pat Conroy. He also wrote Prince of Tides.
Really?
And he also wrote...
How come I don't have a cigar, George? Go ahead.
So what do I win for that, Neil? Can I have, like, the next time you get a CD shipped to your house that you don't want, can I have
No, but you could go back on hold for another hour.
Hey, man.
And then if somebody comes up...
That's not very enticing.
No, it is, because if somebody comes up with some real good one like that one guy did last hour, then you can hear it while you're on hold.
Okay. Hey, we got a question about Randi Rhodes.
Yeah?
My roommates want to know, like, is she good-looking or not so good-looking?
No.
Blonde hair or black hair?
Doesn't make any difference. Okay. No, she's all right. She's
like
not
bleach blonde.
She's got large hooters, if you're into that. She's got gigantic powels, and she's all right. She's a nice person.
That's cool.
She's not a hot babe. Okay?
But she's got the form.
What? in addition to which, she's locked in with that... I got a lighter here, George. Don't panic. She's locked in with that fruitcake, Jim, and I don't know what that's all about.
You don't really like him, do you?
Huh? No, it's got nothing to do with I don't like him. I'm just, have you ever encountered people who are like a couple, and there's something there that just doesn't make sense? You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of keep wondering, and I mean, I'm not a nosy person. I don't care what anybody, far be it from me. I'm the last one to judge what anybody else does, but it just kind of piques your curiosity because you know the old saying, it takes one to know one, or something like that. You know?
Hi, this is Jim.
Yeah, and he just seems to float like a bar of soap.
Hey, my other question for you, Neil, is you're always talking about the various radio personalities in the market. How much do you pay attention to, say, like the Herald? Do you have an opinion on, like, their sports writers and such?
You mean like that asshole Barry Jackson?
Like that asshole Barry Jackson, exactly.
Yeah, well, he's not a sports writer. He's a former WIOD mutant hang-around intern, and he's one of these groupies who is so in awe of Hank and anybody who ever was in a locker room that he has no credibility. He's a joke.
What about the guy that writes baseball? Writes about baseball for the Herald?
You don't mean Ed the Pope?
No,
I don't read the Herald. I get the Sun Sentinel.
Do you know a guy named Dan Lebitard?
No, never heard of him.
Okay. Because I was wondering what you thought of him.
No.
Because I think he's basically a fat-headed douchebag.
Well, if he works at the Herald.
That's true.
Okay.
True.
Have a great day.
One last question.
Yes.
Okay, about Suds. We also have a debate about Suds, the Rick and Suds show.
Yes.
What does he do?
Not much.
He's like the Ed McMahon of that show.
Nah, he's a good guy. He's
no,
harmless.
he's a good guy, but I'm saying
He's
that's
harmless.
a great job. He doesn't really have to do much.
He eats a good meal, and he drinks a good beer, and he watches a good Ren and Stimpy, and he's a good guy. That's all. And he's
No, I think he's a very good guy. I'm just saying he doesn't have to do a whole hell
he's
of a
one
lot.
of the best guys that got off that ship years ago. The one that landed in the desert in Arizona. He was one of the better guys. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
See ya. All right. God, on. I mean, he waited a long time, and he got it all out of his system. A lot of shot. We have an open line at Dade, 751. It's 113 at WIOD and good old WSUN. Pompano Harness, man, you want to give some money away, this is the place to do it tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. Boy, they are doing it. I am telling you, they're doing it to me. They're killing me over there. And it's a great way to entertain your family or group during the holiday season. And I say one thing, the food in the dining room is sensational this year. They got a better-than-ever menu. They got lots of good stuff. And on the 6th floor, top of the park dining room, call up Ralph, make a reservation. He'll give you a tremendous table. And say, hey, this is where Neil used to sit when he used to have some money. And enjoy an evening of dining and racing with a great view of the entire track right from your table. Bet on Peter Wren and Kevin Wallace and play it safe. Tomorrow night, 50-cent night. Hot dogs, soft drinks, and beer will be priced at only 50 cents and available at concession stands on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th levels. Saturday, it's the $2,000 cash giveaway. Just fill out the entry blank. And if you get there before post time for the second race, you get 2-for-1 entry blanks, twice the chance to win. So bring the whole family out to Pompano Park for a night of excitement. If you're lucky, you won't run into a porcupine, okay? If you see him coming, run the other way. Kids 17 and under always welcome, admitted free to the grandstand when accompanied by a parent or parent. How you doing, Bernie? Pompano Park, just west of I-95 and south of Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach, racing every night Wednesday through Saturday. Post time tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, 7:30 in the BM.
I don't have a bald spot. When they say don't let them see you sweat, I gotta laugh. Because seeing you sweat isn't the problem. Smelling you sweat is. That's why I use Air Out Extra Sweet. With its high-powered deodorant action and my creative excuses, I've literally slogged my way to the top of the business world, sweating up buckets, and nobody's ever known. Take today. I had an important meeting with the boss.
I want to shake the hand of the man who landed the Hargrave account. Come in, Hoskins.
Thank you, sir.
Hoskins, you're all wet. Another sprinkler accident?
Yeah, I have the darndest luck.
But boy, do you smell good.
Thank you, sir. Mind if I wring out my shirt?
You really do. You smell like a fresh spring day.
Thank you, sir.
Put her there, Hoskins.
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable, like a summer's eve.
Remember, you can sweat up a storm, but if they can't smell it, they'll never know. Air Out Extra Sweet. Never let them smell you sweat.
You know, it's true. There's some people you look at them, and I'm talking about on TV, not in person, and you get the feeling you know how they smell. Like Madonna. I mean, you just know that thing smells rank and skank, okay? How about Rafe on this show in Santa Barbara? See, George thinks Rafe is a greaseball. I think that's a very prejudicial remark on your part, sir, and I take great exception to it. Okay, 119 at WIOD, and let's go to Plant City.
Hey, brother.
Yes, sir.
How you doing down in Miami?
Pretty damn good, old boy.
You had a call a while back from Bahamas.
Yes. Yes?
And he was speaking about the FCC.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't approve of the FCC, I take it.
What does that mean? I don't approve of the FCC being in the business of censorship because that's not why they were created in the first place, and it's not their place to start making it up as they go along.
Okay.
That's not the purpose.
If you're broadcasting what you feel that you want to broadcast over the air,
yes.
I notice a lot of times you attack the religious and you make a lot of, you just played something about a Jimmy Swaggart parody.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's my opinion.
Something.
Yeah.
You want to broadcast what you like with no restrictions. That's okay.
That's right.
Now, if you don't like religion, you don't have to listen to it.
I don't. I didn't.
If you don't like,
well, just a minute. I didn't say they shouldn't be allowed to spew their crap. Of course they should. You don't have to listen to it, and I don't.
If you don't want to hear that kind of thing, then you don't. You know.
Well, let me say it again. I don't listen to it. You're creating an argument that doesn't exist. You're arguing with yourself. I never said that they shouldn't have the right to spew their garbage.
Well, then what do you
In fact, I already said that even Lord-ass Limbaugh should be, if they want to put him on the air 10 hours a day to spew right-wing fascist propaganda, that's their privilege. That's up to them.
Well, what are you always trying to cut it down for, brother?
Because that's my opinion.
You should.
Oh, in other words, you're saying they should be allowed to do their thing, but if I have a different point of view that you don't like, then you want to challenge it, then how come I have the gall to get on the air and say a different opinion?
No, but
because you don't have to listen to it.
They have the right to do it. If you have the right to get on and break every law, why don't they?
Break what law?
Every law that was put down that regulated the radio industry for the past
such as
80
what?
years.
Such as what?
That says what?
What Let me say it again. What? What's what? Let me say it again. What law are we talking about that we're violating, which we're not?
You want no restrictions.
What? No, that's
want...
not what you just said. You said, I'm on the air violating every law that's ever been put down. Like, what laws are you talking about?
Before, you never heard that word mentioned over the airwaves.
What word is that?
The A word.
Asshole?
Yes.
That's not true.
Oh, it's been used. Well, I've never heard it before.
Well, that's probably because you're over there in Yahoo City. Maybe that's part of the problem, okay?
I think you should be more fair and let whoever wants, if you believe you want to say things, do you have any kind of guidance for what's going on here?
Let me ask you this question. Is anybody telling you what to say? When you called in here, did George ask you what you want to talk about?
I use an ability to monitor what I say so that I don't offend people, but...
We're not interested in not offending people. If you're offended, all you got to do is turn it off, okay? I'm offended by Lard-ass Limbaugh, and that's why I don't want to listen to him or watch him.
I don't believe what Lard Limbaugh says.
Lard
I don't
Limbaugh?
believe any of it.
So
why?
That's not the point, but because I'm offended doesn't mean that he shouldn't be able to do what he wants to do. That's called freedom of speech, which you don't have. You have a lot of difficulty understanding that.
So
you think freedom of speech is you're telling me how I should be able to speak and what I should be able to say, and then it's okay.
What happens if the Nazis begin broadcasting? Do you believe in...
They already are. I just mentioned one of them to you.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And you got a guy on Pubic Access TV over there with a swastika in the back. Herb Point said, we keep getting calls about it all the time. He's on the air spewing his propaganda.
Well, that's disgusting.
That may be disgusting, but it's still freedom of speech, which you just haven't got the foggiest clue what it's all about.
I'm just saying, would you go for people? You seem to attack religion. Now, you're an atheist.
Yes.
I take it.
That is absolutely correct.
All right. Now, if the atheists wanted to broadcast, I know some people are atheists, and I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, if the atheists and the religious people want to get along, it's not going to be always... You never see the religious attacking atheists. They want...
Oh, are you crazy? All you got to do is turn on any of these Jim Kennedy or Jimmy Swaggart. That's all they do is attack atheists and this group and that group. I mean, they're the most bigoted people you ever want to encounter.
They're just trying to express...
Nah, get out of here. Get out of my face, you jackass. There's no way to have a conversation with you because you're like a stuck goddamn record, you idiot. Yeah, they never do this. Well, and then when you tell them they do this, well, they're just trying to, yeah, right. Get out of our face and get a life. Get out of the woods over there and get into a real place somewhere. That's the problem with these parochial nose pickers, man. They've never been more than 10 miles from home, and all they know is the same propaganda that's been knocked into their brain for the last 8 million years. God, get a life. We have an open line out there in Yahoo country. It's 123 at WIOD and good old WSUN. 129 at WIOD. Don't forget, we got a home show on the Beach Convention Center tomorrow through Monday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Every Montick and Dunnerstick. Well, something like that. And we'll have our Camilla's House stuff out there at the WIOD Camilla's House booth right near the main lobby at the convention center. So bring a lot of money. Here's a mobile in Miami on a Broward line.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, that last caller from Plant City. You'll understand why he is if you've ever been through Plant City.
You know something? I am so ecstatic that he called. No, seriously. And you can't really blame him because people who are brought up in these very narrow, Aintree-like environments, that's all they know from. I mean, they're only exposed to one kind of Neanderthal, narrow thinking, and they just can't believe that anybody has the audacity to openly express or challenge that crap, and it is crap.
Yeah, exactly. And you know that their narrow-mindedness might come from the fact that they get a visit from Marge Shop every spring.
Right. That
where
could
the Reds
be it.
are.
Yeah, a good place for them. Birds of a feather shot together.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you about this great Santini. Was that supposed to be set in the 50s?
Was it supposed to happen in the 50s? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the F-4 that he flew wasn't actually flown by the Air Force or the Marine Corps till 64? And one more thing I know.
Well, it might have,
don't get me wrong, it's a great movie.
Wait a minute. It might have been in the 60s.
Okay, all right. And the other thing is I don't ever remember him having a backseater in that plane.
Oh, well, I'm not an expert on that. So
well, no, I'm just saying, I love the movie. I love Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I thought it was a great movie. But I notice things like this in movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you have some technical expertise, you would, but most of us slobs don't. But I thought the acting was great. I thought it was a great story. I thought the scene there when he was drunk in the park or wherever the hell they were, and he was like babbling about his father and about which kind of explained his. And you know something? That's what we're talking about. He was a product of his environment, of his upbringing, just like this Yahoo in Plant City.
Yeah, yeah. Well, luckily for some of us, we're a product of our upbringing, and it works out good. You know, we're exposed to certain things. We have an open mind.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. If you're brought up in a very closed environment and it's inculcated and just drilled into your mind, it's very hard for people, especially if they don't get away. I mean, if you go to high school and then you graduate and you go to college or some kind of trade school away from home, if you're exposed to, you know, different kind of thinking and different kinds of people, then you have the opportunity to grow and maybe do a little thinking of your own as opposed to just accepting all the crap that you were brainwashed with.
Well, maybe as our favorite company, Cox, us into different cities, you know, we'll show some people that they can be a little more open-minded, too. But anyway, about the Cubs here, I see they picked up a pitcher, was it from San Diego yesterday?
Yeah, Randy Myers, please.
Yeah. What do you think of him?
Oh, he's shot.
Yeah, well, we're going to be hurting. But you know what? Once a Cubs fan, Neil, you know, we live or die with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I must confess that last season I started to get, not just because they had a crappy year, but you just start to lose interest because, like I said, there's no continuity. And, I mean, a guy like Dawson who played his heart out with the bad knees and never complained and had a tremendous year again at the age of 38 last year. And they just don't even make an effort to give this man what he deserves or sign him. And they bring in a worn-out retread asshole like Randy Myers who couldn't get you or me out, and they give him $11 million for 3 years.
Yeah, if you look
how about all the good money they pay that fat Dave Smith, huh?
The Cubs are notorious for that. You look back to Billy Buckner, what he did for us, and then the year we win the pennant, not the pennant, but the division, is the year that we get rid of him and send him over to Boston. Remember that?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you're going to be going down to the Marlins this year. I think
but if he wouldn't have been in Boston, he couldn't have let that ground ball go through his legs. So the Mets fans are happy about that.
Yeah, is it April or early May the Cubs come for that 3-day stand down here?
Oh, I don't know. It'll probably be July if they have the lockout.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right, well, it's been good talking to you, Neil.
Have a great day.
Take care.
See ya. Hyper. Yeah, have a pickle, Johnny. Yeah, have a pickle, Desperado. We have an open line in Broward, 524-DESPERATE, 133, and let's do a, oh, look at that. Quincy.
Hello?
Is this Jack Klugman?
Is this Neil?
Yes, sir.
Neil, hi. My name's Staff Sergeant John Druin. I'm in the Florida Army National Guard.
Yes, sir.
And I recently finished 61 days of active duty for Hurricane Andrew.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, sir. I have something that's been bothering me ever since I come home. I'm going to say real brief what my problem is back home and to tell you what it is in Miami. I have a wife and 3 kids, and in my civilian job, I work at a gas station. I make $800 a month, and the government's giving me a lot of trouble about collecting $56 a month of food stamps. And when I was down in Miami, my unit's main initiative was to have orderly control in the massive food stamp lines for the Cubans and Nicaraguans that were down there. I've never seen so many Cubans and Nicaraguans climb out of Mercedes-Benz collecting $1,500.
Well, listen, you have a great day, John. Is he calling from the same house as the guy in Plant City, or was he calling from FLA? Probably Opie's boyfriend. I mean, I'm going to listen to that like I'm going to, go to shul and pray for hemorrhoids now. I mean, give me a break, will you? Cut the crap. Let's go to, in fact, it reminds you of that old movie that we used to love, No Time for Sergeants. Remember that? I think it had something to do with fleas. Davey, hello.
Neil.
How you doing?
Yeah, that wasn't Patrick Swayze. That's David Keith.
It was not Patrick Swayze?
No, it's David Keith that plays the part, and it was in the early 60s.
But you know the punk that he was talking about.
Because they're talking about...
And he looks like Patrick Swayze, but I didn't think it was Patrick Swayze.
Not quite as limpy, but it's...
Yeah, not quite as smelly as Patrick Swayze.
And it's the early 60s because they talk about Castro.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah. Well, and the kid's name was Pettis, right? He said, you make me sick, Pettis.
It was David Keith.
And it was a tumor.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, don't eat too much of that, Johnny, or you'll start growing tumors. We have an open line in Broward. Did you see that movie, The Great Santini? Have you ever seen anything besides Doodahs and Desperados? I mean, you're like, yeah, right. God almighty, you are just so shallow and so narrow. That's the problem. Just like what you were just talking about, shallow and narrow. Sometimes. Open line at Broward, 524-9463. It's 135 at WIOD, and the infamous, the amazing, what are they all about, WSUN?
Hi, this is Jeff
Sometimes I feel myself.
First you get down on your knees, fiddle with your rosaries, bow your head with great respect, and genuflex, genuflex, genuflex.
whatever steps you want if you have cleared them with the pontiff. Everybody say his own, Kyrie eleison, doing the Vatican right. Processional, step into that small confessional. They're the guy who's got religion'll tell you if your sin's original. If it is, try playing it safer. Drink the wine and chew the wafer. 2, 4, 6, 8. Time to transubstantiate. So get down upon your knees, fiddle with your rosaries, bow your head with great respect and genuflect, genuflect, genuflect. Make a cross on your abdomen. When in Rome, do like a Roman. Ave Maria, gee, it's good to see you. Getting ecstatic and sort of dramatic and doing the Vatican right.
There are many, many, many new psychiatric drugs that could be of great...
What? What the hell was that?
There are many, many, many new psychiatric drugs that could be of great help.
Nice job, whoever put that on cart. That was a really... Did you hear that? That could be of great... Now, what the hell happened to the one where the kid asked him about did he ever smoke pot? Where the hell is that, Roger? We got so many Larry King carts. We need a rack just for king crap, okay? Just for a king shot. So we'll have something to remember him by when he goes afternoons and nobody in the country is going to be carrying him anymore.
Have you ever smoked pot?
I don't have the answer. I used to know it and I don't know it. There is a formula, but I don't know what it is.
Okay. Zephyr Hills, hello.
Hi, Neil, first-time caller.
Okay.
Zephyr Hills. I want to ask a question. The GM from the Marlins, what's his name?
The GM, Dave Dombrowski?
No, the guy that passed away.
Oh, the president, Carl Barger.
I was watching the one of the news shows here, is Channel 8.
Yeah.
And the Dick Crippen is the sports director, and he said, whenever to announce his story, he says, let's put aside our feelings about the man. But then he went on with the story about the guy passing away.
Yeah.
I was in shock.
That's like saying, well, even though he screwed us out of the team over here, him and Wayne Huizinga, let's at least be a little bit civilized, and the guy croaked, and let's pretend we feel bad. I mean, what kind of crap is that?
I don't know, but I don't like him anyway. Dick Crippen sounds like a bad male disorder.
It does.
But it was sad. Did they also show the videotape down there?
What is it?
Dick Crippen. That's his name. Now, did they show the videotape down there in the hallway?
Yeah, when he passed out, yeah.
Okay, a question for you. You or Randy or Rick and Sud's going to come down here and broadcast live from the Florida State Fair in February?
Who said that?
I'm asking.
No.
I'm asking you.
Well, maybe they will. I'm coming there in January, the 20-something of January.
And do the show there?
For a couple of days. No, not from the Florida State Fair, from SUN.
From SUN, yeah.
From the big place, man, from the big hotspot on your radio dial.
Cool.
Yeah.
And another thing, you've heard of Zephyr Hills bottled water, right?
Of course.
You know, there's a spring where the spring they get it to, there comes out and there's a park and you can swim in it over here.
After you swim in it, they bottle it and they send it over here, right?
I used to go and pee in that spring all the time. That's
great. Well, no wonder I've been feeling so good because I've been buying that at the store by the gallonful.
Yeah.
I've been drinking it by the boatload.
Yeah. Did you know Perrier owns them?
Are you serial?
Oh, well, yeah. Would I kid you?
Uh-huh.
I feel like we're very close.
Well, we are. Close to the end. Have a great day. What?
See you.
Okay. What the hell's he talking about? We have an open line on the out-of-town line. They've been sizzling today, and they're probably like, Des, you realize you've only got tomorrow? You got this afternoon with Rick and Putz, and Rand, is she on tonight? I pray, I hope. Yes, no basketball game, thank God, tonight. And we got tomorrow, and then Monday, from 10 to 2 at any rate, you're going to have to compete with that big Fort Myers Naples audience, and I just know that they're going to tie up these 800 lines, that they're going to be like foaming at the mouth, and they'll probably all be like that guy from Plant City. North Miami, hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Yes, sir.
You're the greatest. This is Mr. Clint. How do you feel today?
Cassius, change your name back, will you? People are starting to talk. We have an open line in Dave. He was almost as good doing it as the new guy they got on ACN. Boy, that guy is spastic. The new Dice Man? Oh, God, bring the old guy back. This guy is 20 years for overacting. Golden Beach.
What do you want to know, Mr. Rogers? It's creating a great deal of irritation around here. What do you want?
Oh, Gino, wait a minute. I'm creating a great deal of irritation because I'm trying to get some answers to some questions.
Ask your question.
The question is, how come it is that your man continues, he's been doing it for 8 months, printing things as fact in your newspaper.
Oh, you know what that is? That's that Gene Cryer crap again. Isn't it? That must be the Cryer crap. We're not interested in old tapes, okay? And it's amazing to me. They sit there and they potchkey around with those tapes in their little machine, and they get it all set up, and they wait for 45 minutes on hold, and they're never on more than like 3 seconds. So talk about having an incredible life. Here's Clearwater. Wait a minute, that ain't it. Clearwater.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Listen, I got the idea for the new coach for the Dolphins down there.
Yes?
Right along the line with what you've been talking about lately. Marty Schottenheimer.
There you go.
Yes, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Shot Man.
Huh?
We can call him the Shot Man.
The Shot Man, yeah.
Because our team is playing like Shot.
Right. Listen, I'm from the Poconos, and you got a point there about staying in your hometown and never seeing anything else.
Yeah, the word is parochial.
God, if I'd have stayed there, I wonder what I'd be doing right now with my rifle rack and my pickup truck and my red checkerboard jacket.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God, just makes me sick. Neil, I've got this magazine. I got it yesterday when I came home, and it's called Movie Line.
Yeah.
And the new Hype movie is coming. Listen to this. Starring Madonna and William Dafoe. It's coming out January 1993, called Body of Evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just right along the lines of A Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
Is it an act of love or an act of murder? This is just going to be one of those movies where we're going to have to listen constantly about how they made it and why they made it.
Yeah.
And see it everywhere. Another hype thing is just not going to be worth watching, I'm sure.
Well, that's good. That's another one we can mark down to be sure to miss.
What is this William? Isn't it William Dafoe?
Yeah.
Where did he all of a sudden get the name Willem? Willem. He changed his first name now.
It was always Willem?
I don't know. I always thought it was William.
What was it?
It's Willem
wait a minute.
now.
Shut up a second. George's...
His parents couldn't afford an eye.
Oh, his parents couldn't afford an eye. That was the same thing with Sammy Davis, as a matter of fact. They remember the Sammy Davis trio? They were too poor to afford an eye. So that's why I always used to carry a spare in his coat pocket.
Oh, God. You know, how do you get away with this stuff?
See ya. Okay, we have an open line in Dade, 751. Same with Columbo, huh? In that trench coat. He had something in there. And one in the out-of-town line, 1-800. So how's Johnny Dark doing with these date-by-pictures thing? Now, what was she, somebody that called on the air on the coast? Because I know how you old jocks work. They said, what do you think they do while they're not reading those 3x5 cards over next door on the coast? They're on the phone. They're not taking requests either, not for music anyway, because that thing is so heavily formatted they couldn't stick a thing in there if their lives depended on it. So they're like making little dates on the phone in there. Right, Johnny? No? Then where did she come from? Doodahs? Desperados? She looks like... No, she's nice. I'm sure she's just a wonderful person. Not. So anyway, we'll come to the funeral. Well, he's got an axe murderess that he's going to go out with. 148 at WIOD and WSUN. I was brushing my teeth this morning, as a matter of fact, and I was thinking about talking about Radius. How do you like that? As I had that thing in my mouth, as I had my thumb on that little spot on the handle, I said to myself, today I'm going to be talking about this, and how do I best describe it? I really can't describe it. You have to go out to Eckerd's or GNC or wherever they sell them and take a look at it, and then it'll like all fall into place. You'll say, oh yeah, that's what he's been talking about all these many months. Exactly. The Radius is not just another toothbrush, or there'd be no point in talking about it. It's a totally unique invention. It has a big head with 3 times as many bristles, and because it's so big, when you stick that baby in your mouth, it like covers most of your teeth and gums already, so you can't miss doing a really super job of massaging your gums and removing plaque and doing your teeth and doing the whole mouth the way you're supposed to. And the ADA says you're supposed to do angled brushing, and that's automatic with Radius because they make a special version of their brush for those who do it with their right hand and those who do it with their left hand. And coming soon, I understand, is one for people who have no hands. Radius, it's going to cost a little bit more, but it's going to last twice as long, and you're guaranteed to like it or your money back. Check it out. The Radius is waiting for you at Eckerd Drugs at GNC, and the Kids Radius at Toys R Us. Or if you're just too stupid to figure that out, pick up the phone and they'll tell you where to go. Or just call here and George will tell you. 1-800-626-6223. Check out the Radius, 1-800-626-6223. B3 at WIOD, and here's Miramar. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I got a question for you.
Yes,
do
sir.
you listen to Randy's show at night at all?
When I'm in the car.
When you're in the car. Have you heard the show in the last night or two when you went home from the track?
No.
About her crap with not getting paid from...
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, before the show, that was 2 nights ago, she called me at home before the show, absolutely frantic, and I told her to just kind of roll with the punches and that they're either going to pay her or we're going to go over there and blow the building up. So
Well, she's been playing a card that that has you, I guess you said it on the air, that when she goes off the air there, you're going to go off the air there as well.
That's right.
I was just wondering if you're going to hold up to that.
Yes, sir. If they pull the plug on Randi Rhodes, I am taking a walk off the SUN plank, and they can stick the moon up Tom Velveeta's cheese.
What about if she pulls the plug for them not paying her?
That's what I just said.
Well, you said if they pull the plug. If
she goes off of WSUN, Neil Rogers is going to go full-time on the light bulb or something. There's just no way.
That's what we want to hear. All right. Can I call two people?
Randy, I'm Randy's #1 fan, okay? She is a goddess.
You're not Randy's #1 fan.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, I'm like #1.5.
You can be 1 1/4.
I'm right behind you, so watch yourself.
I'd rather have you in front.
Yeah, I believe it.
Can I call two people douchebags?
I believe you would have. Go ahead.
The person who's not paying Randy's a douchebag, and my girlfriend in the other room is listening to me on the radio. She's a douchebag, too.
Okay, have a great life.
You too.
See ya. So help me God, if you give me another Al Rogers Fox, God almighty, I mean, when is this going to stop already? When is this idiot? I don't need any more topics. I don't need any more suggestions. Al Rogers, we're going to find the person like probably Roger Magdalene who's responsible for this guy just terrorizing this whole building. Look at this. Look at this fax. Here we go. This is what we've been waiting for since 10 o'clock this morning. It says, urgent. Steve Paris, world's biggest asshole. Look at that. Put that up on the, would you please, Johnny, on the billboard, on the thing, the bulletin, whatever the hell that thing is. Stick that baby in there because it fits. Here's a lady in Weston on the Star Line.
Do it, Neil. Do it.
We're doing it.
Listen, I was listening to you going off the air. By the way, I started out in Broward, but now I'm in Dade.
You know we haven't played that cart one time all day today?
Well, I'll do it again for you. Broward! Broward!
There we go. Ooh.
All right.
You know what Randy did not do, by the way?
What?
Randy did not leave me a slower version. She never left that thing. Remember the guy yesterday? He said, I'm going too fast for Broward.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? You got it?
Listen, I'm calling because I wanted to agree with you on something you talked about a couple of days ago, and that's about these daggum women drivers. I think I'm one of those 10% because I am so sick and tired of those 80 to 90% women who get in front of me and they sit there and go, oh, the speed limit's 55. My God, I better do 53 or 50 so I don't get a ticket.
I'm going to tell you something. Just yesterday, I'm going home and I'm not saying it only happens in one spot because it happens everywhere, but this one favorite spot where they should be shot and they drive like shot is the corner of Nob Hill and Sunrise in Plantation. And you get there in that left turn lane, which is, I go home that way off of 595, and you want to get through the intersection, okay? And the arrow comes on, and instead of getting out in the intersection, what they do is they sit there right behind the white line, okay?
No. Let's tell them. When the arrow is green or when it turns to a solid green and you can't turn anymore, pull 3/4 in the intersection so you can get 2 cars at least behind you so all 3 of you can go.
Forget it. They have got no clue. They're the only ones on the road, and they sit, and then this bitch, she's sitting there, and now the traffic, the solid green is on, okay? The traffic coming southbound on Nob Hill is cleared. There's nobody coming for 100 miles. And she's still sitting there, and she's kind of edging out. And I leaned on that horn, man, and she just flew. I mean, it's just like somebody blew her eardrums open.
I want a tank. Just go over the top of them.
God.
But there are 60% of the men out there who can't drive either, and I think they're all in Dade.
And Broward.
And Broward!
That's it.
Hey,
and they're all on some.
Oh, I love you, Neil. Isn't that what we all say?
That's what you say.
You have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
They're all on Sunrise Boulevard, too. But be sure you stop behind that stop sign out there by 75 and Sunrise. Don't go like 2 feet beyond because the street curves around there like everybody does, or they're going to be sitting and waiting for you, the Sunrise Porkers, to write you a ticket. In fact, I have in my hand right now. Look at that. There's my envelope addressed to the ticket defense team with my forms that I filled out and the notarized thing there. And they'll take care of that, baby. And if anybody out there pays a ticket like that, you need to have rocks in your head. I'm serious. If you go ahead and just take that kind of crap, I mean, that is law enforcement like I should be doing open heart surgery right now at Mount Sinai. Could be kind of fun, though, couldn't it? Let's start with middle-level management. Okay, wheel those babies on in there and see how I can do. Okay, now where do we cut? Okay, let's do Coral Springs. Hello?
Neil.
Suds would be excited to know that the Satellite TV Week this week has a big article about Ren and Stimpy. Yes?
Yes, this is Phil McCracken.
Phil what?
McCracken.
By Cracky?
McCracken.
Got it.
Phil McCracken.
Yeah.
I think you just have too many damn commercials on your show.
You're right. We'll cut them in half and go out of business. How's that?
No, I think you ought to cut those people up in Tampa.
We ought to what?
Just serve the people down here in Miami.
Just service the people here in Miami?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start working on it right after the show. Got Orlando's number? Okay, let me give you this number, okay, in the meantime. Oh, he's out of town, that's right. But Monday night, the football game, that's another reason to come on out. Orlando's going to be up there sitting on everybody's lap during a halftime. So then we get to take a few laps. AT&T Camillo's House Hotline, we got 54,102. We crossed a couple of more barriers today. We're getting up there. We'll do it. We hope. If you want to charge your donation to your Visa or MasterCard and get those best of CDs and cassettes, and of course Christmas and Hanukkah coming pretty quick, so if you want to get your holiday gifts, which would be a great, neat idea to send to some goofball, call 1-800-852-0006. 1-800-852-0006, and that number is good for the whole state, even like out there where they pick their nose a lot.
South Florida's news, traffic, and weather. News Talk Radio 610 WIOD. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and the Palm Beach. You dummy.